In this video, we'll talk about nice guy syndrome. Do you have it? And what should you do if you do have it? Let's find out. Make no mistake, nice guy syndrome is one of the biggest turnoffs for women. And unfortunately, it's the default setting for most men these days. Is it your default setting? To find out, you must test yourself against what's called the Sickening Six. These are the 6 telltale signs of nice guy syndrome. I'll show you the first one of the Sickening Six in just a moment. Before that, do take a moment to click the like button below this video. After you like this video, you'll learn the first of the 6 biggest signs of nice guy syndrome. And here's the thing, you've probably never heard of this before. Ready to find out what the Sickening Six is? Then click the like button right now and I'll tell you what the 6 sickening signs of the nice guy syndrome are. Go ahead, do it now. Click like because I will wait here. Done? Awesome. So here's the first sickening sign. You have nice guy syndrome if you pay for sex. Yup, I'm not even kidding. This sign means you might have a budget for buying sex off the streets, or you might promise to pay a woman's bills if she sleeps with you, that sort of thing. Now, I know it's hard to think of someone who buys sex off the streets as a nice guy, but that's what he is. To be specific, he's one of 2 things. 1. Either he's more concerned about the woman than he is about himself, a classic nice guy trait. 2. Or he turns women off so much that the only sex he can get is the kind he needs to buy. Now, I hope you don't pay for sex, but if you ever have, you now know what that means. That's the first of the sickening 6 signs of nice guy syndrome. The second sign is when you see women as being better than you. In psychology, this is called pedestalizing, and yup, women find it sickening, not flattering. The third sign, you're extra careful not to hurt or offend women. Sure, it's okay to be careful with women's feelings in public. And yet, if you're careful not to offend women when you're bantering with your male friends, that's a problem. You're too nice, and the fellas probably feel sickened by it too. That's the third sign. Here's the fourth. It's when you never even consider seeing more than one woman at a time. Hey, being a one-woman man is a good thing if you're in a relationship. On the other hand, if you're just dating around, being a one-woman man is dumb. Not only are you setting yourself up for frustration, but it also makes you look needy and weak. And to women, that's, say it with me, sickening. Now for the 5th sign. It's when you're willing to do absolutely anything for women. If you're the type of guy who would drop what he's doing to help a woman out, that's a problem. See for yourself. The more you help her out, the more she'll hate you or put you in the friend zone. Why? Easy. Because women can't fall in love with a guy who sickens them. And now, here's the 6th and last of the sickening 6 signs of nice guy syndrome. It's when you say sorry to women a lot. If you apologize for everything, even things that weren't your fault, trust me, that's sickening. Those are the sickening 6 signs. How many do you have? Hopefully none, but here's the bad news. Even just one of these signs is a clear indication of nice guy syndrome. And that means if you don't change soon, you're in for a very tough, painful, and frustrating love life. Luckily, you don't have to turn into an asshole to make the ladies love you. Instead, you simply need to adopt a certain mindset I call the CG persona, and this simple tweak is enough to make women completely change the way they look at you. They'll stop seeing you as a weak, needy, sickening loser, and instead, they'll start feeling an indescribable urge to get intimate with you. That's the power of the CG persona. So how does it work? I'll tell you all about the CG persona right after you click the subscribe button below. After you subscribe, you'll see how this mindset shift will change your life forever. Ready for a no more Mr. Nice Guy kind of life? Then click subscribe right now so we can get started on the CG persona. I'll wait here till you do. Have you subscribed? Great, let's continue. So let me tell you all about the CG persona. It was first coined by my friend and mentor, Derek Rake. Derek is a dating coach based in San Diego. He's made a name for himself by rooting everything he teaches on hard science. He teaches his students to completely understand how the female mind works. His rationale is simple. When you know what women want, you can influence the decisions they make. And speaking of what women want, that brings us to the CG persona. CG stands for Christian Grey. the male protagonist of the 50 Shades of Grey novels, and you'll be shedding your nice guy traits by adopting his persona. Except for two distinctions, that is, firstly, you won't be hurting women physically, thank goodness, right? Instead, all the stress you'll be inflicting on them will be emotional. That's the first distinction. The second one is this: you'll be balancing that stress with pleasure. So all in all, the CG persona is about having the ability to inflict emotional stress on women without saying sorry, very important. At the same time, it's also about balancing it soon afterward with some emotional pleasure. A simple example of the CG persona would be this. First, you tease a woman until she pouts or feels hurt. Then you pull her in for a hug, without saying sorry. A more extreme example would be this. First, you get into an argument, call her all sorts of names, and even break up with her. Then you kiss and have some wild, spontaneous makeup sex. See how it works? Yup, using the CG persona can mean making a huge mindset shift. You'll need to do certain things nice guys would never do, and that can be hard. And yet, once you can pull it off, two awesome things start to happen. 1. First, you'll shed the nice guy syndrome for good, and women will start feeling attracted to you. 2. And secondly, the roller coasters you give her have an addicting effect on her. The more you put her on emotional ups and downs, the more addicted she'll feel to you. With the CG persona, it won't be long until you'll have women feeling totally, completely addicted to you. You know, just like they'd feel with a real-life Christian Grey. The secret is in the roller coastering. That's where the CG persona gets its power over women. In applied psychology, it has a proper name: fractionation. And if you only have the time to master one mind control technique, this should be it. And that leads me to a little surprise I have for you. In just a moment, a link will show up inside this video. That link will take you to a special online masterclass on mind control. It'll be hosted by Derek Craig himself, probably the world's foremost expert on using mind control in love and attraction. In his masterclass, Derek will teach you everything about fractionation. You'll learn what it is, how it works, and how you can start using it today to get women addicted to you. If that sounds good to you, then click on the link right now. Be sure to use your best email address. That way, Derek will know where to send your invite ticket as soon as you qualify. So remember, if you're a nice guy, you're setting yourself up for a frustrating, difficult, painful love life. The only way to get out of that trap is to get rid of the nice guy syndrome. And fractionation is the fastest, easiest, and most effective way to do that today. Believe me, because this is true. Go ahead, give it a shot and join Derek's online masterclass now. Click on the link and join the masterclass.